What is up, my string beans, and welcome back to another episode of ATM10 to the skies. Say hello. Here in ATM10, we are making our way towards the star, obviously, and we're getting very, very close. I say that like every episode, but we get closer and closer, and we are so close, in fact. So I did a couple things in between episodes. So close, in fact. I set up, you can see there's a cable facade right here, but I set up a storage bus, so we have access to lithium. And then I set up, I think I moved all of my mob stuff. It was like all cramped and right here and weird. I moved all my mob stuff up to here, and then you can see cable facade as well. And we also have a, why is there paper in here? Why is there clay? But what the shit? Why is there melons in here? Why are we collecting melons? Who's dropping melons? I don't know. I don't know what's up with that. But clay, melons, weird. But anyway, I have all this set up with applied energetics with another storage bus, so we have access to rib bones and the slime pearls. And then, I also set this up with some, where is it at? Factory manager, super factory manager. And here's just a bunch of nonsense that we're doing. So here we have the item collector collecting items down there, obviously. And what it's doing, it's collecting all this goods. Where is this acacia log coming from? What the? Oh, you know what? I bet you something weird is going on with the... Let me see. I think I know what's happening. Something weird is going on with the storage bus, and it wants to store stuff in here. So, actually, let's put that away, grab this. Because these are items. These are items that I'm like creating. So I need to click on that, and we're going to go extract only, and then we should stop getting these things. Get storage bus. Yeah, extract only. Okay, cool. I think that's good. And then we put this little guy back. We battle to put this guy back. There you go. And so using Super Factory Manager, I have an interface around here somewhere. I'm storing all these things. Yeah, so all the items come into here, and I have a advanced hopper, and it's pushing all this good stuff, all the tools, all the armor, all that stuff into the armory cabinet. And then I have Super Factory Manager pull from the armory cabinet, and in priority order, it'll go to the disenchanter, meaning it'll disenchant some stuff, which then it'll disenchant and put the enchantments directly into the library, and then items will sit right there. So yeah, in priority order, it'll go to the disenchanter. If it can't go to the disenchanter, meaning it has no enchantments, then it'll go to the salvager to turn it into some scrap and like other apotheosis stuff. And then if it can't go to there, then it'll go to the trash. So that's how, in priority order, it does that. And then, out of the disenchanter, once it is done disenchanting items, I have it extracting, or outputting the set. Or is the music a little too loud? I plussed it up 1%. Let's go back down. Out of the enchanter, it's prioritizing going into the salvager, because now it doesn't have its enchantments, right? So now it's going to go to the salvager to salvage into items, and if it can't do that, then it goes into the trash. And that's all like what these lines are right here. And then I just have everything from the salvager go into the interface, and then these lines right here, or like this right here, is just making sure that my enchanter is stocked with books. And then these two lines, or these two like sets of lines right here, is just making sure that this is stocked, and so is this. So I can come over here and like enchant my gear or change things around, or or like change what these are, you know, all that stuff. So yeah, I have all this automated right here thanks to Super Factory Manager. Again, thanks to this mod pack and watching other people play it, I have grown to love Super Factory Manager. But yeah, that's some stuff going on there. I did edit the bees a little bit more using Super Factory Manager. Let's see, we'll go over a little bit of what's going on here. Essentially, what's happening is these. Let's take these bees out. Actually, we'll keep those in cages, and we'll demonstrate. So right now we have 2 diamond bees, and they have the ultra stats, very high, any, and Metaternal. And like we said in the last episode, the child of these bees will get those stats. So I have Super Factory Managers constantly keeping this stocked. I have an interface around here. I think it's like underneath that barrel. But yeah, it's keeping this stocked, and then I manually come in here and place whatever bees I want. And then the next manual part of this is how many bees I want. And once it does that, it'll turn into a baby, you know, because I could put 8 in here, and then it'll start producing 8 babies, and then it'll automatically put the babies in here, which Super Factory Manager is keeping this stocked with honey treats, and it'll turn into an adult, and then the adult will automatically get moved to the adult bees. But then another manual part that I have is toggling this on or off of whether I want the adult bees or if I want to squish the adult bees. And so you turn this on to start squishing, or turn it off and you don't squish. So we're going to say that we want to squish, and then it'll go in here, because sometimes what if I just have things that I manually want to squish? So I'll just put it in there, and then it'll grab bees from here, put it into the advanced clicker, where the advanced clicker is clicking right here, and bee soul. That's a bee soul. It'll automatically click it. Whoa, lagging. It'll automatically click it right here, and it'll get squished. And then we have the item collector, which is collecting up everything except for Inferium Essence, which means it's going to collect up the bee sample. It's going to put it into here. And then I got a bunch of speedy upgrades. Like, how should I put it in a spawner? Maybe. and it'll get all this stuff and put it into here. And so now what's really cool about this is that you can see here's the three important genes that I want here. And I have Super Factory Manager set up in a certain way that I will be grabbing from slots 91, 92, and 93, but retaining these ones. So as these become 100%, the Metaternal and the very high and stuff like that, it'll go right there and then deposit it into my little guy here. And then I also have these dudes automated. So, or not automated. Well, yeah, I have an auto craft recipe, so I could just produce a whole bunch of these. Be like, yeah, give me 10 of these really good, of the grouped good genes. So I'll go ahead and show you all of that in action. So I'll go ahead and put 32 in there. I do have squished to be on. Let me make sure my magnet's off, just for safekeeping. And so things should be happening. And then yep, there you go. We got some good genes, and they're being deposited in. And you can see that our good genes, the 3 primary ones, are going up. So yeah, that's what this little setup is. And then I just added some more of these bad boys. And yeah. So yeah, that was a whole long spiel about how to. Oh, and then one last thing I promise. One of these recipes, this one, takes 3 nitro batteries, but it takes the batteries fully charged. So what I have here is there's a underneath here, you can see there's an extended pattern provider, which is saying 1 empty battery equals 1 full battery. So as it puts it into here, this guy will send it into this barrel where I have all these energy hoppers, which an energy hopper, I'll show you. Hold down G. It'll put energy into items that are inside the hopper, and you can see how much like the input and output is, the capacity of every single one of these, all this stuff. So the batteries will go into here, they get charged, and then I have pulling out based off of NBT data, making sure that they are in fact fully charged, and it pulls those out. So we'll see that we have zero full charged batteries, but we know how to make empty batteries. So we're going to make 3 of these, and it's going to go through the process of making the batteries themselves, and eventually, here you go, it puts the empty batteries in here, and then with the power of a little bit of waiting, during this waiting, we're going to drink a little bit of water. There we go. And then, there you go, presto, we got our 3 batteries. So we're just going to go ahead and throw those in the trash. And you know what? For doing those 3 batteries like this, can I get a like? Can I get a like on this video, maybe, perhaps, showing you all this cool, fun stuff and ways to do things? And if you like it a lot, maybe a subscribe. Maybe a subscribe would be pretty cool. Oh, and then, yeah, I gotta start putting these, like, call to actions closer to the beginning of the video, I guess. Because apparently, according to science, videos do better, and you get, like, better responses and stuff like that when you do this stuff closer to the beginning. I do want to tell you guys one last, like, important thing before we actually start the video. Excuse me, let me cough into your ear real quick. If you guys want to come play ATM10 to the skies and you want a server, we can be that server for you if you're interested. All you gotta do is follow the link in the description below for my Discord server, and you can be well on your way to playing with us. You can join the server, and we'll get you whitelisted, everything. Well, in that other order, get you whitelisted and then join the server, and yeah, then you can come play and hang out with us. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, today's episode. Oh my goodness, we went over like a billion things. We're going to do the cha-cha like a sissy girl. Let's get rid of all this. We're gonna work on the antimatter, and hopefully another thing we'll get into is where's it at? Oh, Ars Nouveu. Because I'm gonna go ahead and show you. We are really almost there, I promise. So we're going to look at the wither compass, and we can see that we can auto-craft everything in the wither compass. Then we're going to look at the pulsating, and we can craft everything on that. We're going to look at the Philosopher's Stone, which, of course, we need to get into Draconic Evolution, so that's that piece. The Oblivion. We need to figure out how to do the quantum entangled singularities, because they're weird with NBT data. So that's not too big. We don't really have to do any process. We just have to figure out how we can automate that. But this one, we can do everything for this guy because we set up the lithium. We can do this guy except for the antimatter. So hopefully by the end of today's episode, we can do this entire craft and set up the antimatter. And then Dragon Soul, again, Draconic Evolution, and then Ars Nouveu. So by the end of today's episode, I think the next episode will be Draconic Evolution. So let's set up this SPS machine because we need to get antimatter. Antimatter is created from crystallizing the antimatter gas, I believe. I'm pretty sure it's a gas. And the antimatter itself is made in a supercritical phase shifter, turning polonium, 1,000 polonium, into a singular millibucket. So let's get our SPS casing. I wonder if there is... Let me see if there is an antimatter, like, quest line. So, mechanism reactors. So that I know how many to make. 60. So let's make 60 SPS casing and 4 SPS ports. Okay, and then 4 ports, and then a whole bunch of glass, structural glass. And we can show you the weird shape that it's like supposed to be. Do. Okay, so this guy is a, I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly. Let's see, it's a 3x3. It's a 3x3 with all of its edges brought out one, and then you just go along the edges like this. Not that one. I'm pretty sure it's like that. Let me double check. Yep, there it is. Look at that. And so we're just gonna, it's gonna be just like that reactor, where it's gonna be this shape all around. So if we come up one layer, we're gonna go up one layer, and then we're gonna make a 3x3. 2, 3. And then you imagine that 3x3 we just made is this 3x3 right here. There we go. And then we add the sides onto the 3x3. So really, we're just going to go up 5 blocks. And then we're going to come to our original 3x3 in the middle. And continue out the glass sides. Like so. And then we're going to add SPS casing along all the edges. And if that was too hard to follow, hopefully you're able to look at the quest guidebook and it can help you out. And then we cover this. So there you go. See, we made that shape that we put on the floor originally. And it's all right there. Okay, and then we go out 5 blocks here, and then make that weird little 3x3 with the sides out, and then we put in these corners. SPS. And there you go, supercritical phase shifter. But now what we're gonna do is change a few things around so that we could get, so we have to power this bad boy. Oh, another thing that we need is going to be coils. We're going to need these supercritical phase coils. This is what's going to make all the crackling. And we're going to go, we're going to go right here. So we're going to put an SPS port for power. And I just like to put one of those guys. And I also want to do an SPS port here for that dude. And then we need 2 more. We need an input and an output. Because we need to input polonium, we need to output antimatter. And that is good. We're good with that. So let's do, we are storing a shitload of polonium in here, which means that's backed up, which means this nuclear waste is backed up. Okay, cool. We're going to have so many polonium. So what we'll do is use some applied energistics, and we're going to do what we did with that thing right there, where we're outputting into a chemical tank so that it is a full supplied chemical tank, outputting into the thing that we need. Empty chemical tank. So you can go right here, and we'll do some pressure. You're going to go in like that. Oh, also, you're going to be, whoops. You're going to be an output, because you're going to be my antimatter. And we're going to suck that out, put it in, and we're going to put that you suck in from the bottom, output to the top, because now we're going to grab some applied energistics, and then bring it on over here. right there. And we need export buses and acceleration cards. We're gonna export polonium. There you go, buddy. Really fast. And now, whoops. And nope. Fuck. Ah! Polonium. Really fast. And then we cable you all the way back. And I think, let me see, where is it? Looking at the channels, we have 13. Okay, I think we'll be good to add like 1 or 2 more. There we go. So now we should be getting polonium in here. I said we should be getting polonium in here. Export polonium. 1 of 8 channels. Polonium. Why aren't you doing the thing? The device is online, but you're not putting polonium in here. Export polonium really fast into this thing where we input on the bottom. Inputting. What is going on? Why does my thing hate me? Here we have 1 channel. Let me make sure it's all online. You know what? Let me go see. What channel is this? AB36. So if I go look at channel AB36, where are you at? AB36, 19 channels. So you are in fact good. Why do you why do you want to be a butthole? What if we are exporting from our applied energistic setup, and we're exporting really fast polonium. Oh, polonium needs to, it can't go in a, I know what's going on. Polonium cannot export. You know what? That's fine. We will go directly into the SPS. We don't need, there you go, polonium. And it'll figure itself out. Because I think something, the radioactive waste barrel, let me see, how much does it store? Can I put some polonium in here, please? No. If anything, we put it right here. Because polonium is radioactive, I'm going to do that, and then that. Okay, maybe a little bit longer. I want to see if polonium decays. Polonium does not decay inside a radioactive waste barrel. Acceptable. Okay. So yes, polonium. Put it in there. And this is now instead going to be a pressurized tube, which pulls polonium out, puts it in there. So now we are getting polonium. Beautiful, beautiful. Perfect. So now this is set with polonium. So now what we do is get ourselves a quantum entangloper. And we're going to put you right there. It's power out. We can do items that energy. Okay, we want to do energy output. And there you go. We're making some stuff. But how much power are we losing? A lot. We're losing a lot. Losing a lot of power. And that guy's not powered. So actually what we're going to do, I'm going to set something up. Can we do flux networks? We're going to dive a little bit into flux networks real quick. We need obsidian and a flux block, or an obsidian 1x. So we need obsidian 1x. What is this? Quick question. How do I stop bats from spawning without torch spam? Oh, it's called like a tread lamp. Or Zycraft light field. So yeah, we're gonna do a little bit of flux network, and the reason why, left click the obsidian, redstone, and I think we put it like one above, and then we left click. Let's see what it says. Left click the obsidian. Oh, no. It's you're gonna throw all of this there, and you left click the obsidian. Whoops, back. With this. Left click the obsidian. Y, and then redstone dust, and then. So do you put it up here? Yes, there we go. So you set it up like that, and then you just left click it. So the reason why we are going to set up flux networks, and even though we have power, is because flux networks has the ability to regulate how much power can go in and out of stuff. And we would like to do that, because we don't want to give it all of our power. We just want to give it some power. Deposit these guys. So now for flux networks, we want a flux controller, and then a flux plug, and maybe 2 points. So now what we'll do is set up a flux controller anywhere. It could be literally anywhere. And we're going to put it right there. Just kidding, right? No! Shit. Alright, let's try that again. We're going to put you right there. And we're going to create a new network. And you're going to be a private network. And you're going to be power out. And you're going to be red. So there's power at the Shire Castle. Oh, look at all these. So now we're going to put... Yeah, you're on... network selection. You're going to be on power out, and we're going to put that you're private. Just private. And then we will go and put a plug on this one. After we move this guy to right here and right there. So now you'll be power out, but we also want like a flux storage. We're going to put some power in the flux network, and then go big or go home, right? So we're going to make the biggest one. Doot, doot, doot. and it's gonna be called a gargantuan. Oh, we don't. Okay, maybe not. We're gonna make. How about a Herculean? No. Okay. How about just a normal basic flux one? Thank you. We'll put you right up there, and now you have power in you. So we're going to change that this thing can bypass the limit. We don't limit, and so we're gonna go bypass limit. And now that there's power in those, we can put that we want to put power using a flux point, and the transfer limit is going to be 1 million. So that's how many zeros? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 with the 1. Okay. Power out. So there we go. So now we are only losing 1,000 FE a tick, and we're not losing all like 100 million or whatever the fuck. So it is going to make antimatter at a slower rate, but excuse me. Again, let me just die. We will also get another flux point. Put you right here. And you will also be at 1 million. So now we have 2 million going in, and we have 2 lasers. So now we're going twice as fast. But in fact, I think we can go... I think we can suffice losing 10 million. So let's change this to 5. And we'll change this one to 5 as well. For a total of 10 million. So now we should be making antimatter relatively quickly. Here we go. So now let's get we still need to crystallize it. So let's get a chemical crystallizer. Let's get ourselves a chemical crystallizer. And we're gonna put this guy. And then let's import. Oh, I have no import buses. And we're going to import right here. Alright, so the chemical crystallizer is going to output items, auto eject, and it's going to input chemicals from the top. Indeed we are. And then let's just get ourselves a little ender gate, because ender gate. Oh, it's full. I was like, why did you stop? And then we're going to output. Yeah. Go fast. And be connected to the network. And then we grab and put it. Yeah, look at that. There we go. Let's get some upgrades. Mechanism upgrades. And we go boop, 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 boop. And we have our very first antimatter. Impossible material. There we go. And so yeah, we're making some antimatter at a decent rate. All the nuclear waste got sucked in. There's still polonium in here, so that's good. So we are actually it's daytime. And we're turning all our nuclear waste into polonium, and the polonium is getting turned into antimatter, but you can see that the number is in fact going down. But that's okay, because we have so much polonium, and then we have so much polonium still in here, that I think we're going to be alright. But yeah, that's that thing. And now, if I were to look at, what's it called, all the tweaks, we can look at the Oblivion Shard. No, we can look at Dragon Soul. Nope. The improbable probability. Oh, we need 2 antimatter pellets. So maybe antimatter. So all in due time, because this bad boy, I only want it to run at 10 million power, so that we still have a good amount of power here. But yeah, we're making antimatter, and we'll continue on. And by the end of the episode, we should have at least 2. and then there's a couple different ways that we could like ramp it up, and we could definitely get a lot more. But that's going to require bees. So I'll get into like the bees portion of it a little later. No, I don't need Luminix. I need that one. It'll be an off-camera adventure, I believe, just to simply get more antimatter. Then we come under here and we say, let's hide you guys, hide that, hide all these cables. Hiding the cables, nobody look. And then I wonder if I could turn this. Haha, I can. Okay, that's not what I wanted though. Wrong one. You're supposed to be this little guy. Hello? Okay, you gotta stop that. Are you set? Yep, you're still 5,000, and then we come over here. Let me see. So you're a camo block, so camo that, and then these go back. Beautiful. Oh shit, you're not supposed to be that. You're supposed to be camoed to be a Luminix block. So can I shift right click and then shift right click and then put this back? Perfect. That's so, I love camo blocks. They're so fantastic. Let's see if we made another antimatter. We have 2. So now we can make the improbable probability machine. Awesome. So let's put all this away and move into Ars Nouveu. And I just put my configurator in there. You're supposed to go right there. But yeah, there you go. There's my SPS machine. Nice and easy. So now let's go to Ars Nouveu. We'll go into the corner over here. And Ars Nouveu. Okay. So let me stretch. So the thing about Ars Nouveu, we're going to need to automate all these things. This isn't too bad to automate. In fact, what we're going to do for these Wilden things, we're going to get a Wilden data model, and we'll be using hostile neural networks so that we can farm all these items. So you can see a Wilden prediction can actually turn into all these 3 different things, and you get a Wilden prediction from here. So how we get... Let me see. How do I get into Ars Nouveu? So Ars Nouveu, you need to make a bunch of source gems. Let me get rid of all this. Boop, boop, boop. Put you all over here. Okay. So it all starts off with these source gems, and we're going to make imbuement chambers. Imbuement chambers are going to be pretty easy. It's gold and a bunch of archwood planks, which you can get archwood by just simply sieving a bunch of moss, and you get these little saplings. So we'll look at how we have every single one of these saplings, and we want imbuement chambers. We want a shit ton of imbuement chambers. And we're gonna go over here, and this will just simply be right here. Yeah. And then we're gonna get some super factory manager real quick. It's gonna be real easy, real simple. Let's hook up these little guys. Because the thing about the imbuement chambers is that when you grab yourself some lapis and you put lapis in here, you can see that there's current progress, and these are slowly turning into source gems. Source gems. So imbuement chamber, lapis in here, it turns into source gems. Now it does say source 500, But here's the thing. This is optional. You do not have to... Oh, you can also turn amethyst into source gems. But yeah, this is optional. You do not have to feed it source. If you do feed it source, it'll just go a lot faster. So what we want to do is set up ourselves one of these. Put you right here. Boop, boop. And we want lapis. We want lapis in here. So you go. We got all these bad boys turning in, and then right there. So it's gonna be the most stupid. Oh shit! Let's put that back. Hurry, put that back. Hurry, put it back. We're just gonna put you right here. Yeah, we're gonna do the most simple thing, and we are going to every 20 ticks do input lapis lazuli, right? It is called that, right? Lapis lazuli. From, I'm just gonna call it a barrel, and then output one each to imbuement. That's all we're doing. So now we grab our little guy and we say, you are each imbuement chambers and you are the barrel. So now if I grab all these source gems, you'll see that it is putting all those guys in there. And so then we do, and then once it changes, now we're going to go source underscore gem. Yep. And we'll do a forget line. Input item source gem from imbuement and output to barrel. And that's it. So once these guys change, which I think one of these motherfuckers is about to change, you see that we have 6. So let's watch this bad boy change. And it goes up to 7. Nice. So now what we'll do is now we have to make sure that this is maintained with lapis lazuli. So where is our nearest? I don't think. Let's break all this glass. Okay. I don't think. Yeah, no, we don't have. We're gonna set up the usual. A wireless and a P2P and some cables. We don't need clocks. We don't need the lapis. Actually, yeah, we do. This guy goes here. And we're going to do a couple things here. We'll just set up an interface. Set up an interface. And then also a storage bus. So we'll put the interface here, storage bus here. And it'll go like this. And actually, let's get some fat cables. Like that. And then all the way over here. And then we just set up the network. We have to get our Wi-Fi card. Wi-Fi. We're going to bound that. Come all the way over here. And grab the next available guy like you. And then we're going to look at the channels. And we're going to create a new channel because we have so many P2Ps. We're just going to keep making new channels. And you're going to be this dude. Yeah, and we'll have this interface so that we can set up some more stuff. So now we're going to make sure that barrel input item lapis lazuli from interface output to barrel. We're gonna make sure that the interface has lapis in it. Millions of lapis. And then we need to tell the Super Factory Manager what the interface is. And when I right click, we should watch this barrel get filled up. Beautiful. Gorgeous. So then you can see that we have only 19. Now we have no source gems. And we come over here and we set this bad boy up. Boop. And now we have 49 source gems. So there you go. Now we'll have a complete 1024 source gems in here by the time this is all done. So that's how you start off Ars Nouveu. You need some source gems. So now what you do after that is you're going to set up hold on, stretch. So now you're going to set up enchanting. Because enchanting is going to be the thing that you do all the time. So you need an enchanting apparatus, and you also need an arcane core. So enchanting apparatus, arcane core. So what we're going to do here is set up this bad boy and this, and you're also going to need a bunch of arcane platforms. And let me see, enchanting apparatus. I think you only need like 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm pretty sure you need 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, the most you'll ever need is going to be 8. Let me say that one more time. The most you'll ever need is going to be 8. Anyway, so the cool thing about this is that you can make arcane pedestals and you can turn them into platforms. And it's just like a short version and a tall version. So you can see it's like that and then like this. But also what's cool about this one is that you can put it on sides, even like ceilings. So the platforms are pretty cool. Use them as you see fit. But we're just gonna put 8 of these bad boys. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. So we're just gonna do it like that. And that's for enchanting purposes. And then next what we're going to do, enchanting apparatus. Yep, enchanting apparatus. And we want source gems. Okay, so now we want Wilden Horns. And how we're going to get Wilden Horns is we're going to get summon Wilden. We're going to summon Wilden things. And how the summoning works is that all of these tablets. Hold on, 1 second. Got a text message. Yeah. So all these tablets are rituals, and how you use them is a good old ritual brazier. So we'll go ahead and grab our ritual brazier, and we're gonna do it. We're going to do it right up here. So let's make a summon Wilden. And so what we're going to do is we're going to fight a bunch of Wilden. So what this bad boy will do, we're going to right click it in here. And a lot of these rituals can be affected by excuse me, oh my god, what is wrong with me? By a bunch of different things. Like, for instance, here you go, augments. So without augments, this ritual is just going to summon a variety of Wilden monsters for a short duration. But when you augment it with certain things, it's going to summon the Wilden Chimera. And that's the boss that we have to kill to get this, because when you kill the Wilden Chimera, you get a Wilden tribute, which is going to be used for this. So we'll have to automate killing of the Wilden Chimera. But first, what we're getting to is getting to automate to have all these items, and then we'll automate to killing them, and then we can automate a enchanting setup to where we're constantly making these focus of summoning. Well, not constantly, but upon request. But first, we need to make sure that we get a good steady supply of these guys. So we're going to do hostile neural networks, as I said before. Let's take out that thing and that thing, and let's put them in here. Sure. And we're gonna get hostile boys. I don't know. So I think if I just do one Wilden, it'll be okay. And then we're also going to get mob DNA so that we could spawn them in a spawner instead of continuously doing this. So how what you're gonna do after you put the tablet in here, it's awaiting activation, meaning it's awaiting any augments that you want to put. But right now we're not doing any augments, so we're just gonna right click it again and it's gonna do the stuff. And then we right click that dude, and it is a... Oh wait, hold on, I don't want these. And we're actually gonna do 2 of them. So let's put them in here, and then we're gonna mob swap. It might matter, so I'm gonna get one of... Oh my god, they're loud. We're gonna get swab a polar bear, Wilden Guardian. We're gonna swab a wolfo, a hunter, and we're gonna swab the bat thing, which is a stalker. So now let's put this guy in and get to killing. Oh, would you look at that? I got a little stalker spawn egg. So now that I have a stalker spawn egg, what I'm gonna do is just simply spawn a whole bunch of guys. So we don't need this. We don't need... Oh! No. My ceiling. How did that happen? I'm just too fucking good. Let's fix that. Fix the ceiling. There we go. Okay, so now we should be able to spawn a whole bunch of stalkers. And we just want... Why are they exploding? Why are we exploding? I just want to... There you go, self-aware. Good enough. But seriously, stop exploding. So we got all the wings, gas tiers, that stuff. Why are we... Oh, I was No! I killed Dingus! I have to recapture another Dingus. I have to recapture a purple puddle nut. Okay, maybe that's why they were exploding. Yeah. Oh my god, there's so much stuff. Don't need that, don't need that. Oh my god! Let's put away a bunch of crud. Let's put that away. Let's put that away. We don't need that thing. We don't need these cable facades. Okay, we got witch spawn egg, Wilden thingies, corrupt souls, and I'm just gonna throw these gems in the trash. Bye, gems. I said goodbye, gems. There you go. And now our doohickey. Oh, shoot. You know what? I should have done... No. 2 is fine. And then we'll just change up what is going to be... what's going to be used here. So let me see. These are all wardens, and we start off with this one. And you're a squib. Let's put you in here. Okay. So you're going, but let's speed you up. Which means a bunch of Wilden drops or a bunch of Wilden predictions should be going into here. Yes. So now I can set up the recipe that I want. And what we're going to do... so hostile neural networks is pretty cool. And like, even though you do have to set what recipe you want them to do, you can copy them. So watch, let me copy this. And I have set 10 different selections from 10 different like predictions of what I want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have 14. 14 divided by 3 is going to be 4 with 2 remainders. So we will say that every third one So that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one. Does that make sense? 1, 2. No, it's supposed to be 4. Because if we do, we want you to be wild and spikes. And we copy that. And then it's going to be like spikes, horns, wings, spikes, horns, wings, spikes, horns, wings, spikes, horns, wings, spikes. And then you are going to be wings. So we say copy you. And then wings. So 2 spaces. And then there you go. 2 spaces. I think you... No. Fuck. See, look, I already fucked this up. 2 spaces, and then that thing. And then 2 spaces. And then that thing. And then 2 spaces. And then that thing. 2 spaces. And then that thing. And then we need this one. It needs to be horns. So we copy the horns, go 2 spaces, and say you, 2 spaces, and then you, 2, and then you. And that should be all of them, making me the various forms. So if I look at Wilden, yeah, I should be getting, we're getting a whole bunch of different kind of drops. So that's automated. We're good on that end as far as the focus of summoning. So now let's figure out how to automate the Wilden Tribute. And we will do, I believe I can do Draconic Evolution. Because Draconic Evolution has a mob grinder that will like instantly kill things. So we're going to test that out real quick. And if we look at this, and we look at the AoE, in fact, let's step you back one. One more. And if the Wilden Chimera spawns right here, you should instantly kill it. Right? Let's give you some power. Make sure you're all Gucci. And you're on. And we're going to entity filter. We're going to kill all entities, right? So then let's do another summon or a Wilden. Actually, we're going to need to automate this anyway. So let's do this. And you're going to do one of each. One of each is going to make that. And I have blocks of lapis, right? I should, because it should be in a compressing guy. No? Okay, I'll teach you how to make blocks of lapis. That's fine. But we also want vexing archwood. So let's see how we get that. We're gonna need a bee so that we could automate the vexing archwood. And then, okay, regardless, we're gonna get irregardless, as my wife would be like, oh, that's stupid. That doesn't mean anything, which it doesn't. So we have to automate the summon Wilden. So now we make this. We right click that, and then we will get one of each. But we just got like a billion of all of them. So we just right click, one there, one there, one there, and you can see that we have items consumed. And we right click this, and it should summon the Chimera, but it should die thanks to that. So please just... Okay. That was lame. I gotta figure out a way to kill it more quicklier. But yeah, here you go. We have our Wilden Tribute. I thought you would have like insta-killed. You don't do that? And also, I thought I put a little dude on you. What if I put multiple mob grinders? Let's do multiple mob grinders. I'm gonna do one for each side, and you're gonna each get some little ender guys. So if we 1, 2, 3, it's 3 blocks away. So 1, 2, 3, you go right there. 1, 2, 3, go there. You go right there. And then we feed you with power. There you go. There you go. There you go. Make sure that you're set and that you're good. 7 by 7. And you're good. 7 by 7. Okay, let's try this again. In fact, let's make like 10 of these. Just put them in my pocket. I'm gonna go. Oh, and then you gotta right click view again. Let's see if it like insta dies. Please insta die? That'd be real cool. I mean, also, what if I just put a stasis chamber? No, because then it'll heal it. How are we gonna insta kill? I think so. We're gonna cheat a little bit, and by cheating, we're gonna go look at Hadayana's base because I know he has it automated. I think like right there. What are you doing? Is it? Do you have an actual sword? Yes, you have an actual sword with sharpness. What is that? Sharpness 9. Okay, and I think you have it set to where transfer energy. Yeah, you're powering that. And I think you're killing it. Okay. With the sword. So what if I do that? And I just put a really powerful sword because these guys are not working. So we're going to do a modular router because modular router is my favorite. We're going to put you want speed boys and we want you to shut up and we want you to clicker. You're going to click for me. You're not going to drop. Actually, what if instead of modular routers we use a clicker from Just Dire Things? Just Dire clicker. And we're going to put you right here. And you're going to do... You're going to be centered, but you're going to be... Ow, don't touch me. We're going to do target hostile. Okay, that looks good. What if we go one more? Nice, nice. So what if we now power you? And you're going to get a nice beefy sword. And you're going to left click hostiles at a very alarming rate. Let's try you again. Come on, baby. Kill that bitch. Oh, you know what? I think I know what it is. I think it's because it has to go through its stages. It does it. Wait, didn't I get or did I put it away already? Yeah, it has to go through its stupid little stages. So let me see what a stasis chamber would be like. The problem with the stasis chamber is that they do heal, but if the weapon is strong enough, I don't think it's gonna matter. So maybe it'll hold the guy in place while he gets his ass beat. So let's try that again. Because this is just going to be really powerful, and in fact, we could probably set that up to like 10 ticks, because one like hit from it should be enough. Yeah. Okay. Well, that was weird. So stasis chamber, good, but now can we put you? Ah, don't touch me. Let's put you in a cage. Jail. Bar? Bars. And you seem to want to spawn... Okay, stasis chamber. Can you turn off? Stop touching me. Like this. Will you stay like that? And then we want this to go up. And we can actually change you to not be huge. And we want 1.5. Just kidding. That's not what we want. That looks stupid. We want 2. Perfect. I like that. So let me see if that's going to be good. So do this, that, and then before we actually right-click it, let's turn the stasis chamber back on. And it should summon the Wilden into that little cage where this beats its ass. Oh, okay. Well, that was interesting. So what if we go on the outside now? And we break these. Ah! Get some more bars. We're gonna go swiggity swooty, build that up to your booty. But oh my god, we lagging. Oh, we lagging. Get off me, stasis chamber. Does this mean we've gone through all of our polonium? Yeah. So because we're going like that, that means we've gone through all the polonium. So we do need to make more, but we now have 10 antimatter pellets. So we just need to make more polonium now. Okay, let's try this again. Don't break my bars. You know what? I guess we don't need the bars then. And then if we get ourselves a little muffler and we don't have to hear his stupid ass. In fact, let's see if there's anything specific for the Wilden that I can do. Yeah, these are the 3 different Wildens. What if I put the Wilden? No, okay. So now we do a funny muffler. So this will be our setup, but we are going to summon him. We want to summon him somewhere. Probably. I have to stretch, man. Always stretching. You could probably do his killing like right up here. Okay, so but now that we have these Wilden tributes, we need to automate making this thing. So what we'll do, is right, buddy. So that's why those things weren't killing him automatically, because motherfucking he has to go through his stupid stages. Let's put all this stuff away. That, those, and that. Okay, so how do we want to automate? In fact, look at that. Look at our source gems. So many source gems. Why aren't we putting? Put that into here. What are you doing? Put it in there. I think it's because I have... so what if I do 2 separate barrels? I might have to do 2 separate barrels. I'll figure that out later, but look, we're getting source gems. That's good. Okay, so now we want to automate the making of this focus crystal. So what we'll do is probably modular routers. Or can we do Super Factory Manager? We'll do Super Factory Manager. Fuck! I'm breaking too many things. I am too powerful. Okay, Super Factory Manager. We're gonna go connect all of these together. Well, that was a nice sound. That sound was appealing. And that's all of them. So now we run it over here to this guy. Now our super factory manager is set up like that. And we can put these back into the floor. In fact, I want this. There we go. That's good. And what we're going to do is we set up for our focus, we're going to set up we want to put all these things. You know what? We're just going to do... Actually, I want to use modular routers for this, not Super Factory Manager. So what we'll do is we're going to put some... Let's get... I gotta think here. Gotta do my little thinky think. I think about stuff every now and then, you know? What if we do a cable? Because we need a pattern provider. That's the thing, is that we need a pattern provider, and we're gonna do something relatively similar to how we've set up this guy, the occultism, where it goes like into a barrel. It's gonna go into a barrel, and from that barrel, it will distribute some items of how it needs to be. It'll distribute the items into a modular router, and the modular router will place all the items into the thingies. Yeah. Okay, we'll do that. Actually, we don't need to. We can just set it all up directly into the modular router. And so what we'll do is set up some stuff for the good old modular router. We're going to do senders. Speed stack. Okay, sender, puller, and distribution. So first we tell this dude that you're going to be speedy and do some stuff. And what we want to do is send... We're going to distribute. We're going to distribute amongst all of these guys. Okay, it's a normal distributor, but what we're going to blacklist, we're not going to put into the center in a source gem block. We're not going to put a source gem block into there. Transfer it out of router. Okay, and then after that, we will send into the middle, into this guy. We're going to send a source gem block. Then we'll have another modular router. We're going to say that you're going to pull. You're going to pull out of this guy. And the thing you're going to pull out of him is this thing. Pull out of that. And we're going to send you back into here. And you're going to get the good old usuals. All right, Mr. Villager, shut your butt, shut your butt. And I think that's it. I think that's all I need. But does this need source? No, it does not. Okay, so now it's going to send everything over there. So now we set up a craft that all of these items equals one of these. And let's see if we can make one. Source gem block. Naturally, I need to know how to make a source gem block, which is just 4 of these. And we put that right in here. And let's see if we can make a spawn of focus. Items. Ah. So the item itself can't go in there. It's a little bit like this. So this is why we are going to need an additional modular router. Because this source gem block can't go into here unless there's a recipe. So let's go ahead and cancel that for now. We're gonna grab this guy. Yeah, see, it put everything in, and then the last piece goes in there. So actually, you know what? I think I can change that with the recipe, but you'll see that we are in fact making the focus. Here we go. So we can actually just edit that by changing in the recipe. Because if you remember what I've said earlier about like the potion making, the automatic potion making, it does in fact matter the order that you have things in here, and it'll send things in like that. So now it'll send things in order like this, and then it'll send the source block last, which means that the modular router will be able to put everything else and then this thing. So let's see here. Perfect. It did the thing. So I'll throw that away. And that is all we fucking need. So now let me break all of these guys, because we're not gonna be automating. Oops, sorry about that. Hold on. Let's turn that back on. There we go. Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. My my computer had a little conniption fit. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, we're not gonna be automating anything in Ars Nouveu beyond beyond that Wilden. Not the Wilden tribute, the summoning thing. Yeah, we're not going to be automating past the summoning thing. So we just have this set up, and we're pretty much all good. We don't need anything else from it. And if we do, we can always come in here and make sure that we set up certain recipes, and then make sure that we're like blacklisting the center item, and that's all we really got to do. I think there's like better ways to do it, not gonna lie, but you know what? This is how we're gonna do it and how we have things set up. And then we have this set up, yes. Oh, we have the Wilden thing. Let's figure out how we're gonna set up the Wilden. So let me grab these items. And we're going to put it right here. And hopefully this is gonna be enough space that it's not gonna like kill my stuff. In fact, maybe I should test that first. Let me actually test it and see. So we're gonna put that back up there with this, because I need to see how much room is gonna be okay before he like breaks shit, so I know where to put it. So where's the ritual bazaar? Did I not grab it? No, it's literally right here. Okay, being stupid. And let's do the advanced clicker. Let's put you... You're over here, right? Nope, that's the wrong advanced clicker. You're this advanced clicker. And you're set to be right there, and you get a sword. And we're going to set up dirt blocks. We're going to set up dirt blocks like this to see the range of which you break things. And I have obviously already seen that you break things not on the level that you're like sitting at. Okay, let's do some Wilden things. Wild things. And then a summon, and then you right click it. So let's see here. Let's see the radius. Okay. And then he's gonna die. Bye, little dude. So it's gonna be from the center 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I don't think I can put it here because it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4. It's gonna break that. So maybe I do just need to have it like up top right here. And if I put it in the center here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this is gonna be okay. Okay, we'll just put it right here. because it's in the center of something. And then let's put the shutty uppy boy. And we'll put you advanced clicker. You'll go in the corner. And we gotta move your little guy. One more. And that's all we need right there. So now we don't need to show you, put you in here. But now what we need is maybe a modular router. It'll probably be like the same idea of we're going to, let's see, if we set this modular router here, what are the items that we need? You're going to activate. We need an activator. We could probably do 2 separate modular routers, because one's going to put all the stuff in and the other one's going to right click it. So now we do activate. How far away can you activate? Well, we need to send activator. Modular. Can you get range 5? Yeah, we could put range upgrades. So then, so do you need to be, how far away can you be? Okay. So if I do, let's test this. So we're gonna do in the front with a range upgrade. Can you do like wireless, or is it only ranging? Okay, let's do that. So you're right clicking there, maybe? And if we put a ritual, no, a Wilden thingy, are you going to right click that? It does. Okay. It did. Oh shit. Oh shit. No. Oh shit. What have I done? That's right, because it's doing all the things. So you right clicked it. Can I just like right click you once? Action, right click. So I need you to right click the module. I need you to right click the little guy in. But you're going to whitelist that. You're going to right click that guy in. So if there's nothing else in the buffer, you shouldn't. Let's try that. You should just right click it, but wait activation. Perfect. Okay. So then we grab this guy, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we go 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're gonna activate. We need to put the little Wilden guys in you like this. And you're going to get range upgrades. Here we go. And so now, hold on, let me put these back. But now if I put a hopper and we put those things in there, you should be getting right click, range upgrade. Maybe you need to be told to go front. Okay, good. So then how do I now right click you? So we got all that. That's good. So now how do we right click you to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and we want an activator to right-click you again. Or can I do like... Or is it just gonna... what if we do... Let me see. We're gonna have 1 billion modular routers. So this is gonna act like... Hold on. we're getting really stupid. Because I want to do pull from here, send from there. Okay, we're gonna pull from here, and we're gonna send into here. Okay, but then we're going to now send. We're gonna send into this one. We're gonna send this stuff. Whoops, I did all of you. Hold on. Here you go. And then you're going to send it really fast. And then in this other one, we're going to send Wilden things. Send into Wilden things like that. Okay. So now when I put all the items in here, it'll put it into here and it sends it off into its respective areas. But if I say we don't want to do anything specific, then yes, that will summon the Wilden, right? Hello, you should be... Yep, okay. That just took a while. That's absurd. Go away. Jump off into the oblivion, like all your friends. Let's do 5. Let me kill whatever this dude is. Okay, so now let me try this. We're now going to try one of each. Wilden. Okay, we have the Wilden stuff. And we also want a Wilden little guy. And so now, wait a minute. Oh, that motherfucker broke my stuff. Okay, let's try that again. Let's do... This guy goes here. But now we're going to pull from the same spot, but we're going to send to that spot. Okay. And then we need 2 different senders. One sender is going to whitelist. God damn it, dude. Where's my... this thing? So one sender is going to send this tablet, and it's going to send it over here. Oh, it's all good. Okay, we don't need that. Put you back. Put you back, I say. There you go. So now I should be able to put all that in there. And it said, oh no, see, it doesn't, it did stupid things. I'll have to figure this out another way. But yeah, I don't want to drag the episode on for too long while I figure out how we're doing this. But it you know, in the next episode you'll see what we're doing, and that should be everything except for Draconic Evolution. And and the figure out this quantum entangled singularity. But that's pretty much it. And then probably between episodes I'll work on making some bees that will make me nuclear waste. Yes, I want bees. So you can see that wasted radioactive combs turn into nuclear waste. So we're going to make some radioactive bees. We're going to make some radioactive bees so that we're making nuclear waste to turn directly into polonium to feed it to my SPS machine. We'll do that off episode. I'll figure out how to set this up. But for the most part, we got like all the Rs done. We just have to set up the actual automation. And then we'll be really cooking. And literally the only thing that we'll have left, I believe, is Draconic Evolution, because again, according to, let's look at all the tweaks again. And the Dragon Soul, I actually, yeah, we made this focus. So we only need to make the Draconic stuff. And then this guy, we're all good. We have everything that we need there. This dude, we got everything here. The Oblivion guy, again, we need to figure out that. So Draconic Evolution and that. Again, Draconic Evolution, the Pulsating's all good, and the Withering is all good. And then we can't forget that the star also needs all the Modium blocks and unobtainium. So that's going to be easy. I'll probably make some bees. I'll make some bees making all three of these materials, because right now we don't have that much unobtainium, as you can see. And then we don't have, oh, we do have a lot of vibranium, because that's I made a lot, but we do have a shit ton of all the Modium. And then setting up these singularities is gonna be really fast and easy as well, using quantum compressors. And then we'll set up a ultimate crafting table to make this, and then we'll make ourselves our star, our very first star. So yeah, we're incredibly close. Let's see. Again, if you guys made it to this part of the episode, I'd appreciate a like, maybe a subscribe, whatever you feel in your heart that this video deserves or the series deserves. You know, subscribe, or me, or whatever you feel like. Oh, I also need to get myself another dingus, another purple puddle nut, because I accidentally killed purple puddle nut. Whoops. And yeah, a like, maybe a subscribe, and again, if you guys want to, you can come play all the mods 10 to the skies with us. You can join our server, and yeah, just follow the link in the description below for the Discord, and we can get you playing. But I won't take up any more of your time. I enjoy you guys. I do all this for you, and I hope to see you in the next episode. And until then, stay stringy.